I started a job this week, and that job was to paint a Kawasaki kh250. I did a bit of a deal with the customer, and that deal was I would do him a discount price if I could have the bike to build it up once I've painted all the bits, so I could show you guys the bike running. So because I wanted to do a bit of a video on this bike, naturally I wanted to know the condition. So I asked the customer what condition was the bike in, what was it like, and he said, yep, the bike's absolutely fine, it's ready to go. It's ready to go on the road, just once the panel's painted, putting on, it's a beauty. So I said, right, that's great. Can you drop the bike off? He says, yep, I'll drop it off, I'll bring it up to you. So we brought the bike, dropped it off, and this is what we got. This is a mint kh250 that just wants the tank and panels putting on, and it's ready to go. Not quite what I had in mind, and if I'm honest with you, I have actually done a little bit of cleaning on it. So it was covered in dust, it was covered in rust, and let's be honest, it had just been pulled out of a barn. Looks like someone's had that exhaust scraping on the road there. Now I must admit, this bike might not be in the best condition, but what a beautiful bike they are. Absolutely stunning. Just look at that engine. Back to the tank and panels. So I had to do a lump of repair work to the tank. It was dented and it needed prepping up. It had some awful red paint on it that was quite a pain to sand down. I got all the panels repaired and prepped up, and I got them in a 2K primer. I like to use a Roberlo primer, Roberlo High Build. It's just my personal favourite choice of primer. Once they're in primer, I got them all prepped up ready for paint. I prepped them up with 240 on the disc and then some 800 wet flat. Cleaned down with some panel wipe and then tack clothed off ready for paint. I got the tank and panels in paint, and this is the result. So as you can see, there's some decals to put on there as well. Now at £75 a set, I didn't want to mess those up. Fortunately for me, I seem to have quite an eye for fitting decals. Now I think you want to see the tank and the panels on the bike. And I also think you want to see the bike running. So let's get the tank and panels on the bike and let's get it running. So naturally we didn't have any rubber grommets to hold on the side panels. So I had to make some temporary out of some fuel line. This is the best I could do, but this will do until we get some bought. I decided to give the bike a bit of a clean because I felt sorry for it, and also I wanted to make it look a bit better for when I get my freshly painted tank and panels fitted. After a bit of cleaning, I decided it was time to fit the fuel tank. I found it easier to fit the fuel pipes to the carbs first, and then it was just a matter of plumbing up the fuel tap to the tank. I got the tail light unit and tail light fitted last. I just needed to give that bit of a clean up and we were pretty much ready to go. There was just one more thing before we could start the bike, and that was fuel. I filled the bike up with fuel and I kept checking the fuel tap and all three carbs to make sure that we had no leaks. We were looking good. There was no leaks coming from anywhere on the bike. I put about 5 or 6 litres in altogether, and then I decided we were ready to go. To thank my wife for videoing me, I decided to let her have a go. And do you know what? I think she liked it.